And let me be crystal clear about it, something else. No one, as I said when I ran, no one earning less than $400,000 a year will pay a single penny more in federal taxes. If you're making less than 400 grand, and I hope none of you are, I hope you're all making more than that, you have to pay a penny more in taxes if you make less than 400.
Do you think it's enough for Democrats to run on in the midterms?
Look, what we don't talk about in Congress and we don't talk about in the media is what's going on with working families in this country. And the truth is that the middle class of this country is falling further and further behind. Wages are not keeping up with inflation.
Every single Republican voted against the Inflation Reduction Act. And when it actually came time to do something about inflation around the kitchen table, every one of them said no, House and the Senate.
With that, Josh, you want to kick us off? We don't have much time because I know you all have to gather in about 10 minutes or so. Okay, but whoever needs to go. Oh, that's including you, Josh. Bye.
Let's go look at it. Quick question, Kareem.
Okay. Let me guess what's about.
Yeah.
We gotta go. I'm sorry, guys. We gotta go. I know.
A plaintiff in Indiana has filed a lawsuit trying to block the president's student loan forgiveness initiative, claiming that his tax bill is going to go up and cost more than the student loan forgiveness would be because of the program in Indiana. Any comment on that from the White House? And do you expect the program to move forward as planned this year?
Well, look. So just to step back for a second, when it comes to the student loan debt relief, this is a promise that the president made on the campaign trail. I'd hear him say that in just a little bit, how he has worked towards to make sure that the economy works for everyone and not to leave anyone behind. And so when you look at the student loans relief program, anyone who does not want to give that debt relief and can choose to opt out. Americans who now are going to be able to put money down to maybe buy a house.
Well, the president wants to be very thoughtful about how we do it. And so you can't just bus migrants into cities and they are not prepared to receive them.
We have a brand. New York has a brand. And when people see it, it means something. You know, when we go there, it's not, Kansas doesn't have a brand. When you go there, okay, you're from Kansas. No. Well, you know what? But New York has a brand. It has a brand.
When will we have those? I know the White House is still working on some of its numbers because I know we have other topics we want to get to. When are we going to have those numbers?
Well, the White House is continuing to work on all of the details of this. We will have a rollout in a few weeks with other programs that the government has rolled out. We've not seen numbers near 90%. It will be very surprising if those numbers are near 90%, but we certainly are prepared for that. And it's our hope that as many people as possible, nearly 40 million people, almost half, who will have the chance to have their debt completely wiped out, will take advantage of this program.
All right, so we'll keep looking for those numbers.
Your announcement. The cost is actually, the premium cost last year went up because of the federal government's plan to purchase this Alzheimer's drug that turned out to be not quite as effective as people thought. Now premiums are pretty much going back down to where they were before that. So isn't this just getting things back to where they were and not truly lowering premium costs?
We see this as a win for the American people when they're going to get about $60 a year back into their pocket. That's important, and so I think that's how we see this. And as you couple that with what the president has been wanting to do and trying to do and has done with the Inflation Reduction Act, continuing to lower costs. And if you look at the Inflation Reduction Act, it is right now the number one piece of legislation that's clearly law that is dealing with an issue that the Americans are feeling every day.
It's been about a month since the president unveiled his plan for the $10,000 to $20,000 of student loan forgiveness. And several state attorneys generals are planning, court challenges once this is unveiled. Can you talk at all about what is sort of going on inside the administration to bolster against this?
Yeah. So I leave that to the Department of Justice. But look, there's always a lot of noise around the student loan debt relief. This is going to be an important step forward in giving people an opportunity to save some money and put money down on a house.